Oh, cry, 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 cry! He's gonna cry! Oh man, I tell you, by the 17th one, Tom wrote. And man, Kathy and Margaret did this little dance, and they sang him a Roy Orbison special. He's crying, oh, 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 for peace. I'm not celebrating them at all, because you know what the story's called, what goes around? Comes around. Well, Tom was not going to put up with that again. 10 minutes later, he came out when they were done, and he had an empty plate. And my sisters didn't razz him, they hugged him. We're so happy when you're done, you finally did it, after all these years. I mean, they supported him, and then when he went into high school, oh man, they lobbied every single teacher. They really looked after him, you know, and not that he needed a lot of looking after, because Tom grew, and he grew, and he grew. Eating those vegetables was a good thing to do. He grew until he was 6'2". I'm telling you, he was 195 pounds of solid muscle when he graduated. All kinds of ribbons for his swimming because he had giant feet. He had size 13 feet. They called him Flipper. And I'm telling you, you know, at graduation, nobody was prouder than Kathy and Margaret. And when Tom was standing there in his cap and gown on the front lawn, they ran to him and they said, "Tom, give me 5!" And they each put their hand up, and Tom slapped them both, and the moment their hands met, something happened. Some people call it a post-traumatic stress syndrome reaction, but Tom all of a sudden was back in the nook. He was 9 years old, and his sisters were torturing him. And so all of a sudden, his hands involuntarily squeezed theirs and bent their hands back, and all of a sudden they went, "Tom, what are you doing? Tom, what are you doing?" And a wild look came over Tom's face as he bent their hands backwards, and they started down and they dropped to their knees. "That's right, my sisters. On your knees to me, your new Lord and Master." What goes around? Comes around. Well, I'll tell you, they were his slaves that entire summer long, and they knew they deserved it. But they all did it in fun. And then in September, Tom went off to college, to Santa Barbara. He wanted to be a comedian. He wanted to be a writer.